All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Shaman of Great Millstone, Chicago. And, they're just wrapping up this dog and pony show, the DNC, with all this bullshit going on. And I just thought this was interesting, this particular video, where they show the actual, entrance to get in. This isn't the thing of the people. This is the thing of the elites setting up people to rule. All right, and even some of the Democrats, which fuck Esau's politics, it's all wicked. But I'm just evaluating the rulership. All right, like it says in the Apocrypha, you kings of the earth, rule righteously. And as you can see, they had police blockading it. They had boots on the ground, basically. All right, and there were no primaries this year. A lot of people are saying that too. Basically, they just spoon-fed people. Well, look, this is who we're going with. This is who you have to follow. And they had these suites, that were $500,000 for different billionaires who were coming in town. $1 million, $2 million. All right. And a lot of them are complaining, look, this is pay to play. Yeah, of course. All these things are set up by people who hide in deep councils, secret councils. All right, who pre-plan all this stuff. They have certain people they want to set up in power. And the world is on to Esau. Everybody knows it at this point. It's not even a secret anymore. All right, and then of course you had all the bootlicks. All Jake is a coon, man. Scriptures talk about is thou a homeborn slave? Jake is a homeborn slave. You campaigning for people, and they haven't even made any promises. Which even if they did, they were gonna lie. But at least pretend like you're getting something out of the deal. All right, but such is the wicked of our people, man. The scriptures say they reason not aright. But I want to get into a couple of scriptures, and this is one of the reasons why it was highlighted that Cornelius came out of Caesarea. I looked at the pronunciation, it says Caesarea, so I'm gonna go with that. Acts 10:1. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. And when you look up the history of Caesarea, it was actually in Samaria. It wasn't even in Judea, but they were ruling over, the province of Israel. Samaria, Judea, all of that. And basically, in Caesarea, they had a judgment hall set up. It was named after Augustus Caesar, Augustus Kaiser. And basically, in this particular situation, this shows you the power of the Lord. A centurion who was actually there to be boots on the ground to keep the Israelites under subjection, actually, turned and recognized that he was an Israelite. All right, this was built by Herod, by the way. They had a port; they could get soldiers in and out, shipments in and out. And this is how Esau likes to rule, man. They don't rule from amongst the people. They don't rule shoulder to shoulder. You're not gonna see Lori Lightfoot, out and about, or you're not gonna see these people in a regular setting. You're just not. All right, nobody's following J.B. Pritzker into a battle. These people are set up to tell you what to do. They're set up to gatekeep. Yeah, they have gatekeepers. If Jake hasn't figured that out, they have people who are set up that, hey, we want to make sure that everything in our kingdom goes smoothly. So we're gonna put you in this seat, and then you make sure this money comes to this account, and make sure you tax this. And yeah, these people are set up for these different positions. All right, Habakkuk 2:9. That's how Esau rules. Woe to him that coveteth an evil coveteth to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. All right, that's how Esau rules, man. They set themselves up that they could be out of the way. You know, a nest on high, you know, represents them being away from, you know, them being in safety, basically, which they literally do have, you know, lower Earth orbit space stations and stuff like that. But basically, when shit hits the fan, they want to be able to get out of Dodge quick. They want to be able to go up to the stars, like the scriptures say, or into their little bunker in another country. If they're smart, you know, the fools buy a bunker in this country. You pretty much gonna be a hot box chicken, you know, a baked chicken in that motherfucker. All right, but this is how they want to rule. You know, them all the way over somewhere, and then you in the midst of shit having to deal with everything on the ground that they've set up. And that's wicked, man. All right, we always go over it, changing laws, changing this, changing that. Over time, man, so many things have shifted. What is it called? Where they just keep slowly pushing and progressing wickedness upon the earth. I forget the exact term, but that's what they do. All right, but we're coming into the end of this time, man. Everybody can see it. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. Verse 12, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. And that's exactly what they did. They established all these different cities through bloodshed and through iniquity. Some of which, you know, Jake actually established. A lot of these cities in America were actually established by Jake, or Jake helped to get them going, and then they snaked them, just like they always do. All right, but that's a curse upon you Israelites, man, because all throughout the Old Testament, like I was reading Micah, you read different books, and they're rebukes on the priests, they're rebukes on the false prophets. Jake was in all kind of shit, man. What does it say? It talks about that, and I believe it's Kings. It's something like they had an apartment of sodomites next to the temple. It's just all kind of Jake, man. Jake been doing all kind of bullshit for the longest, man. So you know, you feel for your people, but then you see like, well, this is why though. This is why right here. The Lord is fucking you niggas up. Every time you get in rulership, you do wickedness. So you know what? I'm gonna put the wicked over you. Be wicked. And don't say shit to me. You know? And this is also where, Caesarea. This is also where you look it up with Paul. Did I have that one pulled up? I thought I had it pulled up. I think it's Acts 23. Well, I'm going to come back to that because I want to read this. Because you have to keep going to these accounts, man. Niggas want to, first they don't want to acknowledge who they are, and then when they acknowledge who they are, okay, well, that's true. But then it's like, okay, well, the next step is why did the Lord put us in this position that you keep crying about? What did you do? Well, I didn't do anything. No, you did do something. All right, we're getting to the end of the problem. We know we were enslaved. We know a lot of our issues go back to slavery. We know that. Now what? Now you got to turn and repent. All right, Luke 23 and 1. And the whole multitude of them arose and led him unto Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying, we found this fellow perverting the nation and forbidding to give tribute to Caesar, saying that he himself is Hamashiach, a king. And Pilate asked him, saying, art thou the king of the Jews? And he answered him and said, thou sayest it. And that's just like us. We call ourselves princes. I'm not the king, but I'm a prince. And you'll have a lot of Israelites who want to sell you out for that fact, for preaching righteousness. Because you consider yourself a prince. You consider yourself a leader. And you want to uphold certain righteous things, you know? A man's enemies, the foes, should be of his own household. That's why Jake don't have a royal spirit, you know? And you could just feel it, because it's not always in what they wear, how they look. It's just, you know, which you have some pretenders too. But if Jake don't have a royal spirit, a ruling class mentality, and all the things that includes, what the scriptures give you, I really don't deal with them. Because if they consider themselves low level, they're going to consider you low level too for being around them. All right, that's why we get on Jake for the nigga woman. The nigga woman is at the lowest level in history. You know, you really gotta move wisely when you deal with her. Salakia. And then Pilate to the chief priest and to the people. You know, when you look, this is Job 18:7. Hope I was recording. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his counsel shall cast him down. I'm going to start at verse 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. So Esau's about to be snuffed out. His steps are about to be made narrow, and his counsel should be cast down. And that's what's going on now. Nobody believes anymore. Everybody sees through the bullshit. These people got places set up internationally. When shit hits the fan, they're out of there. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. So Lord willing, this is edifying. You know, they're getting snared up, trapped up. And it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Shalom to the elect.